I want to discuss to you guys why you should start reading Baki the Grappler, and I recommend you stick a game on while I talk, or play it, or just watch this gameplay. I've recently picked up and started reading Baki after being interested in the series, after watching the 2018 Netflix Baki anime, and ever since I started reading it, I have already gone through a couple hundred chapters, and not by pushing myself to read it, but by enjoying every page, enjoying every fight. It's a series that started in October 1991, so the series is most likely older than you, most of you watching this video. Created by Rigo Butcher's name, Kisuke Itakawa, who was himself in the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. So it's not just a game to him, he knows his stuff in the martial arts. And has been practicing, I could mispronounce this as well, Shinji Kempo, ever since he was a young lad. The series will be turning 30 in 2 years' time, and the series is divided into 5 parts. No, not like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's basically still a continuation of the story in every part from the last part. And it is an ongoing series in Weekly Shonen Champion. Not Shonen Jump, Shonen Champion. Baki is a series about a 17-year-old lad having fights that goes back to his younger. The series does go back to his younger days when he was 13, when he was training and doing other things and that sort of thing, and becoming stronger, so he could finally face the strongest man in the world. Not any strong man in the world. His father, Yuji Hanma. By the way, it's Baki Hanma. That's his name. I won't get into what his father has done, like specifically what he's done or anything like that, but I'll just outline it for you and leave a bit of mystery for you. I want you to find it out and enjoy the reasons why he's such a monster while reading the chapters. But you learn to hate him through the acts and what he does, but love him as well and respect him for his feats despite him being so evil, and you enjoy watching him do what he does and the absolute fear that's present in his opponents when he goes near him or when anybody sees him. He's not somebody that's in it to the end. He's pretty much not the final boss of Baki. He's if that comes goes in the story whenever he pleases, and has good fights, as well as one like just after the anime actually, where he has a really good fight with someone. I personally think it was a good fight. Anyway, the relationship is between Baki and his father is not the best. Baki hates him, and his goal not to be the strongest in the world, but just to defeat his father, which he states through the story, but shows signs there is some respect there for one another, and I believe he does want a relationship with his father, despite his father being very evil. It's not only about Baki, so it's something that people have complaints about other series like Dragon Ball, where the focus is not very mainly focused on the main character at all. Oh no, it's focused on way too much on the main character otherwise, sorry. And it's focused on, like Dragon Ball's the Goku shit. I'm not hating on Dragon Ball, it's one of my favourite series, by the way, and Goku's actually my favourite character in all anime, so yeah. But it gives other spotlights to other characters, showing other characters' fighting styles and what martial arts they use to battle with, and even quote-unquote villains take the spotlight for themselves, even when Baki is nowhere to be seen, or when even Baki doesn't give the final blow on characters. And the villains, for the most of the time, are just obstacles Baki has to overcome and eventually becomes friends with. Now, despite I love the series, this is not like a Dragon Ball thing where Goku becomes friends with the villains after defeating them. It's more of a case of, in Baki's perspective, he's a skill and if have fights with someone through power and skill and dedication, and they don't change as a person, like turning good or evil. It's really the point in the series, like the concepts of evil. So pretty much they just come to respect him and see him as a friend through fighting, really. Because fighting in this series pretty much does most of the most of the storytelling anyway. It's more to do with self-improvement and oneself and getting stronger, and wins and losses do matter, but not as much as like Dragon Ball and other series. Like if you suffer a loss, it's not the biggest shame of your life. It won't hurt you forever because you got beaten by someone. It will take. Well, it is in one arc actually, but that's not point up. That's not point in picking themselves up. It's about picking themselves up and come back stronger from the fight, and basically learning like life philosophies and stuff through the fight, and like where they went wrong and that sort of thing. A great philosophical lesson, and also learn through their defeat and have a different aspect, but not really change as much of a person massively. So no one really changes after facing like Baki or losing to any other the opponents. This is something I love about Baki and a series from Shonen Jump actually, Dr. Stone. We can learn lots of stuff about martial arts. Like Dr. Stone, you can also learn a lot about science and that sort of thing. For example, they mentioned a sonic boom that happens when a plane goes so fast. And why would they need to explain that in a series? Well, you have to read out to find out. And trust me, I want to tell you why. Basically, I'm not going to tell you exactly why all of a sudden, but basically, I think it's like if you ever look here, sonic boom. If you a plane or just say a plane goes 700 and something miles per hour, it creates this like boom, and it's basically like ripping apart like this fabric, and then it's like sort of thing. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but just check it out for yourself. It's a really cool concept. And yeah, and just so you know, there is no power systems or anything like that. Just pure power and training and martial arts. That's it, really. But I think that's the beauty of it. Like you do see some aura effects, but there's just effects nonetheless. And it's just training like you're doing push-ups. It's not just about training, sorry, just doing your push-ups and drinking your juice. Also, just doing things that check on your perspective, not only fighting but life. Also, fighting and life is in one in this series, like I said earlier. The things you do outside of your life. One thing I noticed while reading Baki was I can get through the chapters very easy, and it's a huge reason to why I got through the chapters very easily, which is nice because other mangas can be a chore to get through sometimes. I'm not hating on it because I love One Piece, but One Piece was sometimes a chore to get through, especially the anime, which were which can be a credit because every chapter is full of information and little things out of the chapter and full dialogue in One Piece. But if you're trying to catch up to One Piece, it is a lot to go through, 900 plus chapters, and a lot of building, like a lot of story building. To be fair, it's not really something that Orochi Oda really thinks about when he's writing the story. But Baki is different. In fact, there is only 3 locations I can really think of the top of my head where it's very well known, like it keeps going back to in the series. And what if you're wondering what I'm talking about, like just places where you like know where they are and that sort of thing. It's not very fair for me to compare 2 series, but I'm only saying this because they are both long running series, pretty much almost the same length, so many chapters. I don't know. I think no, Baki's got way more chapters. I think I'm not too sure. But the aspect of the journey of I'm just saying in the aspect of the journey of reading through the series, you can honestly get through 100 chapters a day, and the reason is the flow of the chapters. I honestly feel like I'm going at the pace of a real fight so fast. I think to myself, am I going too fast? It's something you have to look at everything to know. It's not something you have to like look at everything, so you don't have to look at like every single detail in the panel, which is really nice. And just to know what's going on, you can go and with the flow and just sit back and relax and watch the show. So you can just really relax and watch Baki. Like it's important to know what's going on and stuff, and I recommend reading from chapter 1. But it's not something that you have to like stay engaged in throughout the whole entire series. It's really relaxed, and it's just a really nice read. Like I said, it's got 75 million copies sold already. So yeah, it's definitely popular as well, and for especially something that's been almost out for 30 years. A lot of people make the note that the art can be very gruesome and very weird. That could turn people off, but I personally really like it. In fact, I love it and makes the fights really intense. I personally love the manga, which you can tell is a kind of manga which you can tell the art was made uniquely. I could tell that the artist done it, and it's their signature basically art. And I really like that. I really like the goofiness of Dragon Ball, the goofiness of One Piece, and the really good art of Berserk. I like that sort of thing. Um, and the main point of story is fighting. And almost after 30 years of drawing fights, you can guarantee the author really knows what he's doing. He's really good at what he does. I really like the battle damage personally, and how he can make a fight seem more than it is, with the different little things like he adds into the art, and like what the characters are imagining and that sort of thing. I really do love the evolution of the art from the first chapter to the latest, from standard art really making its own and constantly trying to make its art better, and the art design back is really good, really appreciated, and the way he evolved. Speak is much more it is much more appreciated and looks a lot better and cooler in such a sense, because he looks pretty plain in the beginning of the series, but he does look like pretty cool in his own. He does take his own energy throughout the series. You can feel quite bad for Baki, due to the way he was raised and the way how he's viewed by his parents and the purpose he was born for, and how unnormal his upbringing was, or he constantly bottles everything up. I can only recall him expressing himself once to a character called Hararama. I can't say his name, Hararama, but he's a very good character as well. And there's one bit where he's really sad and his father does something terrible, and I mean he does a lot of things to upset Baki, but this one really takes the spot. Baki is running around the town and it's really depressing. He's doing something that's really upsetting. Despite Baki enjoys fighting, what I really feel like he wants is a normal life with his parents. And by the way, he lives by himself in a one-room place in a rough neighborhood, so you can tell how much people care for him. Plus, his presence alone scares people off, so they don't really want, and there's not a lot of people talking to him. By his presence, so not a lot of people talk to him. So he's pretty much alone from everyone, and could be a lot to deal with, like especially when he's younger. But even though he bottles it in, he still looks at life pretty positively and takes every step as it comes. He has a love interest at the beginning of the series, and she's basically there to watch him fight for him to become a man, and they have experiences together. Um, uh, and she's basically one of his only friends, despite him being his girlfriend, basically. You could tell the creator likes wrestling as well, as he features a lot of wrestlers in this series, and they really are strong. And he also uses the way wrestling builds up fights. But I'll let you watch Sky Patchball's video just in case you want to know more about the series. So yeah, I think that's where I'll leave it off. Baki's a really good series. It's one of my favourites so far I've read ever. I actually put it. I first actually say it was better than One Piece. I'm saying it now. It's way more funner, way more enjoyable to read. As in reading experience, it's one of the best. One Piece is something you can like theorize with your friends and that sort of thing. But I think Baki is just like really good fun just to watch, the reads and stuff. It does have animes you can check out as well, like the 90s anime and the Netflix anime as well. And there's an OVA you can check out if you want to as well. If you watch the Netflix one, it won't kill you to watch the next Netflix original first, and see if you like it, and then go on to the first chapter of Baki, or carry on after whatever chapter Baki's on afterwards. But Baki, It's a Baki Netflix series season. Season 1 is alright, Big is way more better in season 2, and it's just like a better story after that. But yeah, anyway, guys, I think that's where I'll leave it. I'll leave a link into for Super Eye Patch Wolves video for you to watch and consume. It's been your boy Leafy Murdoch. Love you all. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and stuff, because all that good stuff. That took me 6 whole hours to do that script. Anyway, see you next time. Peace.